Okay, Gary, great turnaround today. And the big thing we changed was this right here. You've got to work to get that club a little more in line with your hands. You know, you've got to turn the right side earlier and get the club more inside. And also we squared up the face, right? You got to put the face squared. So this is shut and outside. I don't know that it could have you could feel a little bit more what I call fanning or rolling with your arms. You could do a little bit more of that. It wouldn't hurt you. But I want you to tuck this guy in nice and early and bring that club down lower, you know. I want to try to get out of the habit of coming in from here. This is a killer. It's too high. You got to what we call lay it down or flatten the club out. You know, as I said, you'll see this in every great player to some level. He's on 63. Now watch when he starts down, boom. It goes down here to 40. And when it comes down, it's coming in nice and low. And there you go. So the thing to achieve that, what I did was I backed you up a little bit. You were far too close to the golf ball. Yeah. So imagine if you stood back here, you'd have to swing sidearm, right? So whenever you get this steepness going again, and then you find that your club is coming in this vertical, you back yourself up a little bit, and you try that more sidearm delivery that we want. But really, it started for you when you started just crowding the ball, it seems to me, and aiming left. Face aiming left, standing too close, sends the club out. Now you have to drop it back in. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. Dangerously close to the heel. Dangerously close. If that's not a shank, it almost is. So you can't, we got to keep you in your posture longer. You just can't start here, your hands, and expect to go there and not hit the heel every now and then. The other thing is you can't stand that close and get the club that far outside your hands and not have to hit the heel every now and then. So the big success we had today was moving you back, getting your hands to come more from the inside down and close to your body, and therefore you had the middle of the club. You won't feel like you're reaching for long. So you got to watch how shut it is. Yeah, I don't think a little rolling or fan action would hurt you, because if you get it that shut, so what you have is a shut face that lifts to a fairly square face and then gets pulled down to a more open face. I just don't like the position of your right arm, your right forearm there in your downswing. I think you should really struggle to get that a little more like we want it, huh? What happens at the tour level so often is when you start down, you see how vertical that is, and you see how diagonal this one is, right? And this is really tucked in here, and this is flying out here. So you'll watch your start down. See it? Look at your forearm compared to his. It's 40 degrees more vertical. So if I take my elbow, if you stood up right now and tried this, if I send my elbow out, right away from my body, like this gap in here, that club's going to stand straight up. Try it. And that's how you're doing it. So yeah, let's do this. Let's give you a little further from the ball. Square you up to your target and let you fan that club a little bit in your backswing. And then that way we won't get too steep. It'll get in line more. And then you should be able to come down and get through the ball. That's the last part of it, is making sure you get through it. But like I said, there's ways. That's the elbow. That's the one I want to break. You got to lay that guy down. You got to push that right elbow toward the front of you, and you got to cup that right palm. Right palm, the palm of your right hand should be looking more skyward. So stand up, push your elbow toward your navel, push it out in front of you, and watch. You're going to cup your wrist, and your palm's going to be flatter. That'll get you down on plane, because as long as you're coming down this high, Gary, you're going to have some hangback in your swing. You're going to spend the rest of the downswing trying to adjust to this plane, this steepness. And you can't get through it like we want to. I mean, with your ability to hit it like you do when you hit it the way you want, you know, I think you have the opportunity. Excuse me for yawning, long day. You have the opportunity to play some real low handicap golf. But there's, you know, we've all got flaws. We've all got things we've got to work on. As long as there's zero rotation to your forearms to start your backswing, that's what it's going to look like. Dead shut. This club faces. If you hit a ball like that, it would go over here someplace. So then you kind of lift it, which puts it into a fairly good position at the top. See, the vertical second part of your swing is taking it from a shut position to a more open one. But I think we could get rid of the verticality. You need to get verticality altogether. You need to get your arms rolled a little bit to start the swing. That's going to help us get off a flat and get the club face square. Keep the elbow in. Don't let it do that. Just stand up and try this right now. Get up to the top. Now take your right elbow and push it toward the front of your body. Just push it straight out in front of your body. You're going to find your right palm's at the ground, your wrist is cupped, your left wrist is almost bowed or flat, and your club's going to be on a much better plane. Hogan swore by two things. The fanning open and the dropping down. If you can get rid of this move right here, you've got a big part of your problem licked. The steepness of your downswing. And you know, yours is not bad. I mean, it's single digit. I have people like this at this. I have people look like this at this point. So I think that's all I covered today. You know, pretty much. Trying to see what you're showing me there.
Yeah. And then when you hit them, sometimes really good. The thing goes like 10 yards over. I think that would have more of the strike than it would the club, but we'll see.